Okay. So let's discuss the basic approach and necessary strategies to handle reading comprehensions of IELTS now. So what kind of questions you can see on screen, buddies? Bhargav, what is this question type?
Paragraphs.
So matching the headings, which means you should be able to match each of these paragraphs from A to G to correct headings. So all the paragraphs must be matched to correct headings. It doesn't mean all the paragraphs must be matched to all the headings. So it may give different sense, right? So each paragraph can get only one heading from the options given 1 to 9 here. Okay, each paragraph can get only one heading, right? So if that is the case, you're gonna get two paragraphs redundant. You definitely see end of this task, you definitely see 2 of 9 headings are going to be redundant, right? Because there are 7 paragraphs, so each paragraph can get one heading, um, making two irrelevant headings redundant. Correct? Is it clear, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in your real examination also, you will definitely see more number of headings than that of paragraphs. Okay. In the real examination, if you see 7 paragraphs, there will definitely be at least 10 headings. However, as it is one of the easier passages, you can see only 9 headings. So if you have more number of headings, definitely you feel distracted as you handle the questions, as you trying to match paragraph with correct heading. You may get distracted, you may feel confused, thereby increasing the overall difficulty level of the question type. Okay, so one way to distract the students, another way is to increase the difficulty level of the passage. They may include more number of headings, okay, in these matching the headings question type. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Right.
So it's all about, IELTS reading is all about detecting the paraphrases. Paraphrase means, Bhargav, what is meant by paraphrase? Paraphrase is representing the same meaning with a different vocabulary and in the different sentence structure. The same meaning can be represented in multiple ways in multiple sentence structures. Isn't that right? Okay, if you have an idea, if you represent the same idea in different sentence structure, making use of different vocabulary in that sentence, that's the paraphrase of the original sentence, source sentence. Okay, paraphrasing is just like representing the same meaning with a different vocabulary and in the different sentence structure. Clear? So this is the theme behind any reading comprehension that examiner want to check, right? Okay, so there might be majorly 3 ways when test maker creates the questions. For example, a single idea from the passage, a single sentence, okay, or a couple of sentences, on the whole single idea, a single idea or a single sentence might be paraphrased in the form of a question. So it is single idea to single idea paraphrasing. In the way of creating question, what examiner might do, he is going to pick a single idea from the text, from the passage, that's going to be paraphrased and create a question based on it. Okay, so if you are able to detect such paraphrases, your work is almost done. So another way is he's going to take bunch of ideas in the same paragraph. Okay, 3 to 4 ideas, right? All the 3 to 4 ideas definitely can have an overall meaning, right? That overall meaning is going to be paraphrased. Overall meaning is going to be represented in a single sentence, again making use of different vocabulary and different sentence structure to create a question. So first type is single idea to single idea paraphrasing. Second idea is a few ideas are going to be briefed into single idea as a part of question, right? And the third major way generally examiner adopt to create questions is a big paragraph. A big paragraph is going to be paraphrased into single idea. A big paragraph is going to be briefed into single idea. Okay. So you should be able to detect it. So overall meaning of the paragraph can be seen in that single idea, and based on which the question is going to be created. So any question type, it may be matching the headings, it might be true, false, not given, it might be summary, it might be any kind of all the question types, boils down to the single theme paraphrasing. It's all about detecting the paraphrases. Is it clear to you all? Okay, guys. So these paraphrasing skill, if you get used to these IELTS test makers paraphrasing skills, IELTS test makers, paraphrasing ways. So that's also useful for your writing. So as we discuss the answers for this question and for this passage, you will understand more clearly about how test makers paraphrase the information from the passage to questions. Okay. Yeah. Now let's match each paragraph to correct heading. So for example, paragraph A. So in this particular creating headings, what examiner might create? There must be a passage. It might be part of international article or journal, right? So examiner has actually created questions, right? The Cambridge people have actually created questions. That question type is matching the headings. You should be able to match each of the paragraph to correct headings from the given options 1 to 9, right? So on what basis they might have created the question? What's the strategy they have followed? Paraphrasing the ideas, right? So for example, that such paraphrasing might be single idea to single idea, a few ideas to single idea, a big paragraph to single idea. Is it clear, buddies? Are you all with me?
Yes, sir.
Right. So let's see whether it is single idea to single idea paraphrasing, or a few ideas to single idea, or big paragraph to single idea. Paragraph here. Let's see the paragraph here. Okay. You must have gone through all the, headings. So let's understand the headings first. Basically, the approach, basic approach. So before we handle the passage, let's discuss the basic approach now. Okay. Right. I have already shared the basic approach to handle any passage. As a beginner, you should be able to follow this approach. Okay. Right. So let me highlight the approach. In the group. This one. Please look through the approach I have shared. I have just highlighted the reading strategy, reading approach to handle any passage in the group. Please observe. Please observe the first step. What's the first step? go through the question tasks. There are some questions following the passage. No, you have to look through the questions first and underline the keywords. The first step is not directly beginning, with reading through the passage information. It is actually checking through the questions, underlining the questions from each of the question types. Okay, have a rough idea what the questions asking you to do, what each of the question types are asking you to do. Okay, the first step is underline the keywords from the questions. Okay, go through the question task for some time to have a rough idea what the questions ask you to do. Second one, and then you have to get back to the passage. You may skim, you may scan, underlining the key sentences and key words. So skimming is basically means to have an overall idea of the whole paragraph. You just concentrate on main ideas of each of the paragraphs. You just try to have overall idea for each of the paragraphs so that you can understand overall meaning of the passage. So it won't guarantee you, more number of questions correct, because you are just checking out what the whole passage is actually about. Right, buddies? Skimming is just to know what it is, what entire passage is actually talking about, to have a main idea of the passage. That's it. To understand main idea of the big passage, you have to understand main ideas of each of the paragraphs. To understand main ideas, you can just read through the paragraphs, not that deep, not so much meticulousness is necessary to skim. Skimming is not at all reading between the lines, just perusing. You peruse each of the paragraphs to have an overall idea of whole passage, what it is actually talking about. So somehow you can underline the keywords. Please remember, in each of the paragraphs, the most important information which contributes to main idea of the paragraph can be seen either in the beginning or in the end. So first two sentences and the last sentence for each of the paragraphs are so important to have an idea about the paragraph. Is it clear, buddies? In every paragraph, what are the important sentences? Any expert writer, okay, what he want to convey by the paragraph generally includes either in the beginning or in the end of the paragraph. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Guys, so in every paragraph, what's the most important information you have to look through every time you check on any paragraph? What's the important information you have to look through at first? Whenever you work on any paragraph. First and last sentences. Is it clear? To have a rough understanding about the paragraph, what do you have to do? Bhargav. Bhargav, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What do you have to do whenever you see any paragraph? If you really
What
want to
about the
understand what first and
main
last sentences,
purpose?
first two
First,
sentences and last sentence are more important for any paragraph. Is it clear?
yes, sir.
Right. So why they are most important than the rest of the information? Because any expert writer
Know the main purpose of the paragraph.
include main idea of the paragraph either in the beginning or in the end. Any expert writer. Is it clear, Bhargav? Bhargav, have you got my point?
Yes, sir.
Right. So for each paragraph, first two sentences and last sentence are the most important, right? So that you can understand overall idea of the paragraph, overall meaning of the paragraph. Okay. And then scanning is going with meticulousness, right? Reading through the careful, reading between the lines. Okay. You can achieve that by underlining keywords. So underlining key sentences and underlining keywords is actually possible even you go with computer based test. That you know that option can also be enjoyed if you practice on ieltsonlinetest.com. Just highlight the keyword and right click it. You can see different colors. So you can highlight the keywords with the different colors if you go with computer based test. Okay, underlining keywords is so important that can reduce the time you work on the questions. Clear? Is it clear, buddies? So sometimes students may not underline the key sentences, but you never forget to underline keywords. It is necessary. While you are handling the questions, you may get strike of an idea which is the relevant information from the passage that can answer the particular question. So you should be able to get back to relevant information instantly given in the passage, right? So when it is possible, when it is so easy for you, if you really want to get back to the relevant information which is answering the question, if you have underlined the keywords. If you haven't underlined, again you have to check through the relevant information what you remember. Even you remember there is an information which is answering the question, you have to search again if you haven't underlined the keywords. That's a terrible situation, right? So underlining keywords definitely help you to work on, to reduce the time you work on the question. Okay, right. Scanning is checking for the details, specific details. So, but I consider, okay, underlining keywords somehow useful to, understand the meaning of the paragraph deeply. So I just named it as scanning. Okay, right. So some student may not be able to underline the key sentences, but the mandatory thing is underlining the keywords. And paper-based test, it's so easy. You can underline with pencil. Generally, you never be allowed to use any other, okay, except pencil to answer. So to write down your details, they may allow you to use pen, but to write the answers, that must be done with pencils only. Okay. Yeah. So allot a title for each para, what it describes overall. Okay, to have an idea what each of the paragraph is talking about overall, you can allocate a title. It may be a simple phrase, it may be a single word. So why it is useful? Again, to reduce the time you work on the questions. You are reading through a question, you feel the relevant information in a particular paragraph that you remember. So you have to get back to it. So if you have underlined the keywords, if you have given title for each of the paragraph, that's so easy. You will be so clear where to search for the particular relevant information. Okay. So allocating title is also optional, but the mandatory thing is underlining the keywords, right? And then you should be able to estimate the meaning of new vocabulary contextually as per the context it is given. So how can you estimate? You have to check the form of the word. Is it adjective, verb? Adjective means it talks about the subject of the sentence. If it is adverb, it talks about the verb, the unknown word you want to know meaning of, right? If it is an adjective, it should talk about the subject of the sentence, nearest noun. Or if it is an adverb, it talks about the nearest verb, right? The form is also important in the estimation of the meaning of the word, new word. So you should be able to estimate the meaning of new vocabulary, whatever you come across, based on its form and also based on surrounding information, based on the context. Reading a text and working out the meaning of the vocabulary from the surrounding context and surrounding information. As you read through the text, you should be able to estimate the meaning of new vocabulary based on surrounding context and surrounding information, and also its form. Okay, it requires some practice, right? And then you have to move on to the questions once again. So please observe the method starts with checking out the questions and ends with answering the questions. The first step is underlining the keywords you won't answer. Okay, as you read through the passage, some of the questions might be answered. Have you got my point, buddies? So as you fully know about the questions, as you have already gone through and underlined the keywords for each of the questions, right? So when you read through the passage, you definitely get an idea. There is a question can be answered by the particular information. As you read through the passage, you will get a strike of that idea, right? Okay. Yes, you can answer them. It may not be possible to answer all the questions like this, but some of the questions can be answered as you read through the passage because you have already worked on the questions. You have already underlined the keywords of the questions. Somehow it reduces time, no, saves the time. Okay. So, but ultimately you have to tackling the questions is in the end. So you have to, this method, this approach actually starts with looking through the questions, underlying the keywords from the questions, and ends with tackling the questions, answering the questions. Okay, right. So how to improve the scores in reading module? So make sure, so once you are done with the reading test on ieltsonlinetest.com, you can clearly check out the explanations and the paraphrases, right? And you have to note down the paraphrases and you have to note down the vocabulary, whatever you see. But another most important thing is, if you are moving on to the next test, make sure you understand exact meaning of the 3 passages you have worked on as part of previous test. Right? If you don't understand exact meaning of a particular passage, what you have already worked on, there won't be any improvement in your subsequent test scores. Right? Whatever the new things you learn are going to be helpful to improve, your subsequent test scores. So not just noting down the paragraphs and new vocabulary can help you to improve your scores, but also make sure you understand exact meaning of the whole passage before you move on to the next test. There will be 3 passages now. So once you have gone through the answer explanations, once you have noted down the paraphrases and new vocabulary, you have to get back to the 3 passages and read through line to line. Make sure you understand their meanings. If you couldn't understand, please, you can approach me anytime you want. You can call me on WhatsApp anytime you wish for. Okay. You have to understand exact meaning. Understanding ability must be improved. Your comprehension skill must be improved. Right? Whatever the new things, whatever the ability to understand you achieved by working on exact meaning of each of the sentences of the previous passage you worked on, is going to be useful to get better score in the subsequent tests. Is it clear, buddies? Right? As long as you won't work on the whole passage to understand its exact meaning, you won't see any improvement. You have to understand, okay, this sort of sentences must be understood like this. Okay, this vocabulary takes this contextual meaning in this sentence. Right? Oh, this is what overall meaning of the paragraph is. Right? That's how you should have approached, the paragraphs and the passage, which is useful to improve your scores in subsequent tests. Clear? Huh. So this is the strategy. To improve your reading section score in IELTS, it is crucial to focus on improving your comprehension skill, ability to understand IELTS kind of passages. IELTS kind of passages means whatever you see on, on ieltsonlinetest.com and on official books. So Cambridge has released so far 18 books. Each book contains 4 test papers. And then there will be book you are gonna get when you book the slot. They are the official books. They are the IELTS kind of passages. Right? Okay. So you have to improve your understanding ability, basically. Your comprehension skills. You have to get used to such sort of IELTS passages. Generally, you can see on prescribed materials, it may be official guide, that may be 18 books released by the Cambridge so far. Each book contains 4 model papers. It may be either academic and general, available in academic and also general. Okay. And again, practice with IELTS reading mock test regularly, ensuring you exactly understand the whole meaning of each passage before proceeding to the next test. As I have just emphasized, you must make sure you understood exact meaning of the whole passage and exact meaning of each and every sentence of the passage before you move on to next test. Okay, right. So many answers in the IELTS reading test are paraphrased versions of the text. That's what I mentioned. Entire IELTS reading is all about detecting the paraphrases, grabbing the paraphrases. Practice identifying and understanding paraphrased information. And you have to note down the new vocabulary, and you should be careful about time management, right? So you should have a habit of, reading international journals. So these are additional strategies, but you must always sure about following the strategy, working on the exact meaning of the whole passage before you move on to next test or next passage. Is it clear to you all, guys? right? So we have other two users also. Yeah. So I have already shared this snap in the group. Please look through it. Okay. This is the approach I'm gonna follow to handle the passage now. So Ielts reading is all about Bhargav. What's that Ielts reading all about?
To know the main purpose of the paragraph, understanding
Ielts reading is all about detecting the paraphrases,
detail.
right? There are three major ways how test maker paraphrase the information given in the passage to create questions. What are the three major ways? Single idea to single idea paraphrasing. A few ideas from the passage to single idea paraphrasing to create questions. A big paragraph is going to be briefed and paraphrased into single idea to create question. There are only three major ways. The questions may be different, but the theme behind each of the question type is the same. Paraphrasing. The paraphrasing may be single idea to single idea, a few ideas to single idea, a big paragraph to single idea. That's it. Of course, single idea to single idea paraphrasing can easily be detected, making the whole passage into, easy passage category, right? A big paragraph has been briefed into a single idea, can make related passage a difficult one, right? Yes. So this is the approach. Let's handle the passage now. So it's not always okay. During your practice, of course, we have to try for exact meaning, understanding of exact meaning. Okay. So before you move on to next passage, also you have to make sure you understand exact meaning of the whole passage. But in the real examination, you may or may not be able to understand exact meaning, but 60 to 70% of understanding can make you to get more number of questions correct in your actual examination. Even to achieve that 60 to 70% of understanding of the passage, you must have understood exact meaning of all the passages, whatever you work on during your practice. During your practice, if you try for 100% of understanding of the passage, in your real examination, you may end up understanding 60% of the passage. That may be helpful to get more number of questions correct. Is it clear? Because the passage in your real examination is absolutely new, right? But the strategy to create question for the examiner is same, paraphrasing. You must have, get used to such sort of testing, such sort of questions. You must have detected, okay, this is how the test maker paraphrased. You should be able to detect during your real examination if you have sufficient practice. Okay, right. Now the question type is given here is matching each of the paragraphs to correct headings. As you can see, 7 paragraphs and 9 headings, but in real examination you may find uh, 8 to 10 paragraphs, right? If there are 8 paragraphs, if you see matching the headings kind of questions, you will definitely see at least 12 to 13 headings. So 8 paragraphs, 12 to 13 headings. Increases the difficulty, right? Yeah. As it is one of the easier passages. So mostly you will see easy passage means single idea to single idea paraphrasing. Correct? Right. Let me explain. So let's see. You may just start handling this. You must have gone through as per the method. You must have gone through all the questions. Just underline the keywords from the question. So increasing customer confidence. Okay, customer confidence is getting increased. Please understand each of the headings thoroughly, precisely. A benefit to retailers. Okay, retailers means sellers are going to be benefited by this statement, right? By this phrase. And then third, the bigger picture of how internet use changes consumer behavior. Okay, so consumer behavior, our behavior, right? Consumer behavior. What is consumer behavior? The buyer's behavior means the way he purchased the things. The way he purchased the things has been changed. Okay, was changed due to internet. So the bigger picture means, okay, the bigger extent, the bigger picture, the wide extent, the more extent, the internet has actually changed the purchasing behavior of consumers. So, buyers behavior, purchasing quality, purchasing way, right? Consumer behavior means, purchasing behavior only, is actually changed due to internet usage. Correct? That's how you should be able to understand each of the headings. Introducing a novel approach to purchasing. Okay, a new method, a new way to purchasing. So any paragraph contains a meaning like new way to purchasing. That paragraph must be matched to this heading. The dangers for retailers. So sellers, retailers means sellers only, no? Sellers. Okay, there is a benefit for sellers, and even we have dangers for sellers. So there must be two paragraphs describing benefits for sellers and also dangers for sellers, problems for sellers. Retraining staff. Okay, in any paragraph you can see staff, is getting retrained. You have to match that paragraph to this heading. Changing the face of the shop and internet site. Changing the face of the shop means maybe the way they business. Okay, different ways of business can be understood like changing the face of the shop and internet site. Okay, so they may open a new internet site for the shop. Okay, right. A look at the sales figures. Please observe how am I underlining keywords and how am I understanding each of the headings. A look at the sales figure. Okay, any paragraph highlighting the sales figures that must be matched to this heading. Encouraging the online feedback from customers. Okay, customers are being encouraged to give the online feedback. Customers are being encouraged to give the online feedback. Yeah, I have understood everything. Right. Okay. Now, have you all gone through the passage? Have you all understood the passage? So, however, we have worked on the questions, no? So, please look through the passage once again for 2 minutes. I have already indicated to keep this PDF on the other tab open, right? Please read through this passage once again for 2 minutes. I'll wait. Exactly 2 minutes, not more than 2 minutes. I have already given sufficient time before we start discussing the basic approach. So once again, please check the passage. Underline the keywords. You have to underline the keywords also. Maybe you may note down separately, or you may underline keywords on the PDF. You have to get used to handling the passages on screen in the computer, because you need to write, you need to give computer based IELTS examination where most of the students are able to get better scores. Right. Let's see. Are you all with me, buddies? Guys, Azim, Bhargav,
Yes, sir.
who are the others? Yeah. Are you able to follow the things so far?
Yes, sir.
Right, right. Yeah. So let's see. Uh, you can read through each of the paragraphs and try to check which heading is giving overall clear sense. I mean, overall similar meaning what you have read in paragraph A. Okay, in brief, what I have just said is you can read through the paragraph A and check which heading is really giving that sense, the meaning of the paragraph. You can match as such. So there is another way is beginning working on the headings, right? And then checking which paragraph you have seen such sort of information, right? And then matching the relevant one, the related one. So let's see. First one, let me do like this. Increasing customer confidence. In which paragraph you have seen this information? Any ideas? Which paragraph have you seen this information? Increasing customer confidence. Increasing customer confidence. You could see the meaning in the paragraph D. Where is it? Consumers more self-assured and bold enough. It's just straight paraphrase, single idea to single idea paraphrasing that examiner, you know, the test maker, you know, followed, right? Single idea from the text has been created, has been uh, used to create the question. That's also single idea. Consumers more, please observe. I'm gonna paste the heading here and please observe both the meanings. Right. So please observe which word, meaning of each of the words can be seen in this phrase or not. Increasing in the heading. The meaning of the word increasing in the heading can be seen in the underlined portion by the word more. Increasing is noun, but more is adjective. But both are giving same sense like increasing. Is it clear, buddies? Customer. For customer, we have consumer here. Confidence. Confidence is noun. We have, for the same sense, we have self-assured and bold enough. These are adjectives. So he has changed vocabulary, right? And also their forms. Confidence is actually noun. Self-assured and bold, they are adjectives, but giving same sense. Is it clear to you all? How examiner is actually creating? The questions. What approach examiner adopted to create the questions? Paraphrasing. So information from the passage is going to be paraphrased to create questions. Increasing customer confidence. Please observe. Increasing is equals to more. Increasing is actually a noun. More is an adjective. Equality. Customer, we have consumers. Confidence, we have self-assured and bold enough. So it must be matched to Paragraph D. Where is paragraph D? So 1D. D1. Any doubt? Any doubt, buddies? Is it clear how to detect the paraphrases? If you have underlined the keywords, it's possible to get back to the relevant information and check for the paraphrase, right? Overall meaning should be matched. Okay, and also words should also be matched. Words matching means meaning match, meaning and summary match. That's nothing else paraphrasing, checking for the paraphrase. Okay, yes. So next, a benefit to retailers. Which paragraph have you found that retailers are getting benefited? Retailers, sellers. Sellers. A benefit to retailers. You can see, you should have seen the information. Retailers means, you know, sellers, no? Right. Yeah, stores. Here we go. Meaning must be checked. Yes.
Potato.
So stores that offer the sorts of goods people find out about online. Okay. So if the stores are able to sell, the offline stores able to sell what people are actually checking online, what people are actually searching online to purchase. The similar goods are available even on stores. The people are going to buy them. So not only online stores but also offline stores can, you know, get benefited. So the people generally drawn towards the online market because they may come up with different offers, right? If the offline stores also facilitate the same goods with the same guarantees, same offers, yes, offline stores can also get benefited. The sellers can also get benefited. The retailers can also get benefited. Retailers won't be considered online, no? Here stores. Is it clear? So this is the additional information, you know, that offer. This is additional information about stores. What kind of stores are they? The stores which offer the same sort of goods what people search online, right? Attractive facilities, good guarantees, and low prices. If any offline store is ready to provide attractive facilities, good guarantees, and low prices, what the people find out online can also get benefited. So please check a benefit to retailers. For retailers, I have stores. Benefit for benefit I have can gain. Who can gain? Stores can gain. That sort of sorts of goods people find out about online is additional information about stores. Can gain is the verb is actually related to the subject stores. Retailers, stores. Can a benefit is a noun. Can gain is a verb giving same sense. Getting profits, getting benefited. Okay. So you are able to, hope you are able to understand how test maker create the questions, right? Can gain. Next one, benefit to retailer. The stores that offer, this is additional information we don't need, can gain. Where is the similar wording? Benefit is equals to can gain, stores is equals to retailers. Benefit is noun, but can gain is a verb. That's how test maker creates the questions. Is it clear, buddies? Are you all with me? Right? So which paragraph is it? Is it E? Which paragraph have you found the paraphrase? E. E2. Okay. Right? So will you try the next one on your own? Guys, you have understood, right? How to check the paraphrases. Please try the third one where you can see similar information. Which paragraph you can see similar information? You have already gone through the passage, underline the keywords. It's not a tough thing. It wouldn't be a tough thing. Huh. Where can I see the third heading information in the passage? In which paragraph I can see the third heading meaning of the third heading? Guys, bigger picture of how internet use changes consumer behavior. Bigger picture. So bigger picture of how internet use is changing consumer behavior. How internet usage changing consumer behavior. Yeah, here we go. Internet's wider influence here change over what people spend their money on. People's spending behavior, purchasing behavior. Consumer behavior is spending their behavior, spending money behavior, behavior of spending money. Consumer behavior. People spend their money on. Internet's wider influence. Internet, usage of internet, how it is influencing the people, changing their behavior, changing their consumer behavior. So this is the one. Let me copy and this heading first. Okay, please observe the bigger picture of how internet use changes. Changes is verb, influence is noun here, giving same sense. Internet, we have internet. Wider, bigger picture is equals to wider, right? Giving same sense. People spend their money on consumer behavior is equal to the phrase consumer behavior. Clear? Internet use is equals to internet here. Wider, bigger picture. Influence, change. Over what people spend their money on is equals to consumer behavior. Okay. Yes. So bigger picture is equals to wider. Internet use is equals to internet. What people spend their money on is equals to consumer behavior. Influence is changes. Changes is verb. Influence is noun. So you should have understood another thing here. If you are able to check these paraphrases, what test maker adopted, you can also learn the writing skills, paraphrasing skills. You can become better in paraphrasing skills. For example, if there is an idea, consisting of a word influence, that may be mostly paraphrase making use of change or changes. That's a skill you can learn from these, right? If any idea represented making use of the word influence, that idea may be rephrased making use of the changes. That's how examiner did, the test maker did. The text is actually with influence, the paraphrase is with changes, verb. Please observe how test maker paraphrased the ideas. You can even adopt the same methods in your writing module whenever you are writing essays, right? Yes. So you can see this paraphrase in passage C, right? Paragraph C, sorry. Paragraph C, I can see the same information. C3. Okay. Next. Introducing a novel approach to purchasing. Is anybody there to answer this? Which paragraph you can find this information in? Which paragraph consisted of, which paragraph consists of the, original text of this paraphrase? So definitely it is the paraphrase version of the information given in the passage, right? In which paragraph you can find this information? Introducing a novel approach to purchasing. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Which
Last line
paragraph, Azim?
I'm thinking yes, sir.
Yes,
Because
yes.
in
Where
the
is the
last line,
paraphrase?
welcome to your new
Great, great. That's the correct one. Please observe.
in
It's
the
a
last
straight paraphrase.
second last but one line, sir.
Yes. It's so straight paraphrase, right? He has even changed the forms.
Yes,
Introducing,
sir.
welcome to, new. New is equals to novel.
No.
So new is adjective, novel is also adjective. Straight synonym. Style. Style is equals to approach. Style is noun, approach is also noun. Shopping, purchasing. That's how he paraphrased. It's so straight, isn't that right? Shopping is noun, purchasing is also noun. Kind of verb placing form. Okay. Welcome to a new style of shopping. Introducing a novel approach to shopping. So in which I can see A is the paragraph in which I have seen the meaning of the heading. Please observe single line to single line paraphrasing. So this passage is so easier. Difficult passage means a few ideas may be briefed into single idea to create questions, or a big paragraph might be paraphrased or briefed into single idea as part of question, right? A dangers to retailers. So fourth A4, where is A and 4? Dangers to retailers. Where can I see this? So benefits to retailers is already done. Okay, the paragraph, no need to check these paragraphs again, right? A, C, E, D. Don't check these paragraphs again. You have to check the other paragraph, the remaining paragraphs, and check in which paragraph you can see dangers for retailers. The sellers. Retailers means sellers here, offline sellers. The sellers get problems or issues. Sellers may have to deal with the issues or something. The sellers may be in trouble, right? That's how you should be able to understand. Guys, which paragraph can you see this information? You should not search in paragraphs A, C, E, D. What are the other paragraphs you are left with? They are the paragraph you can find this information in, and it's paraphrase. So this heading is actually paraphrase version of an original text from the passage. Find out the original text which gives the same sense, like dangers for retailers in any one of the paragraphs other than ACED. The dangers for retailers. So the sellers must be in trouble. You can see, yeah, here we go. The sellers are going to be in trouble when they provide poor service and low quality goods. Copy this first. Yeah, here we go. The dangers for retailers should beware. Should beware means should be alert. The dangers can also be customers can, this is also the dangers. This is also danger, no? The customers may make the world to know about the low quality of that particular merchant. This is also danger. So there are two ideas have been paraphrased into single idea, have been briefed into single idea kind of heading. Okay. This is the danger. No, a few clicks of the mouse will take them to places where they can let the world know about, their disappointment. Right? This is also danger for a shaky manufacturer, low quality manufacturer, low quality products providing manufacturer or merchant, seller, low quality product seller. You should be able to improve your understanding ability, comprehension skills, right? Primarily. Merchants who charge too much and offer poor service, they are going to be in danger. They are going to be in dangers, problems, issues. Should beware. Beware means be alert. Be alert is a kind of danger here. Merchants is equal to retailers. Please observe the synonyms he used. For merchants, he used retailers. For stores, he used retailers. Right?
Right, sir.
Yeah. So where can which paragraph is it? Is it E or F? Which paragraph is it is?
Yep.
It's F, right? Okay, please observe the same technique, the same method, same strategy, that is recognizing, figuring out, detecting the paraphrases, finding out the paraphrases. Any question type. The theme behind, you know, the test maker creating these questions is paraphrasing. Right, buddy? Based on paraphrasing skill, he has actually created the questions. The test maker has actually created the questions. Right. Making use of his paraphrasing skills, he created he is going to create wide variety of questions. You should, so it is better to go on with detecting the paraphrases. Retraining staff. Any paragraph has been given information like staffs are getting retrained. Some students claim that you can see the training in the training, a meaning like staff are getting trained or something.
No, sir.
Last one, which one?
The last J, sir. In the second line,
Huh.
showroom.
Brand showroom, stores, try device questions are all knowledgeable staff.
Yes, sir.
Have they got trained?
No,
Have they
ask
got
questions
retrained? It's
from
not
no.
even trained. It's talking about retraining. Have
Yes,
they
sir.
got retrained?
No, sir.
No. In anywhere, any other paragraph, you can see the meaning like staff got retrained.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
So that must be redundant one. I need a meaning like staff
Retrain.
must be retrained. So I haven't seen anywhere. It must be redundant, useless. So changing the face of the shop and internet site. Have you seen its meaning anywhere? Changing the face of the shop means they may change the way they business. The business methodologies might have changed. The way the business might have changed.
Yes, sir.
So, which paragraph?
Uh, mm, G.
G, sir.
G, sir.
You said G?
Yes.
Of course, yes. Please observe. The companies are
Sir.
already adjusting their business models, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the paraphrase. One second, please. Changing is equals to adjusting face of the shop. The way the business models are getting changed, right? Adjusted as per the trend, and they are going to open the internet site. Internet site meaning can be seen in the next part of the paragraph, right? So whether the product is ultimately bought online or offline, the secondary importance. So there will be staff in the showrooms to clarify people's doubts, customers' doubts. Online traders must also adjust. Okay, if it is online trader, he has to change the way the business based on the customer requirements. Amazon basically a bookseller. Now he is allowing all other sellers to sell their products on their website. That's how they, adjust their business. So, okay, the stores run by Sony and Apple, for instance, more like brand showrooms than shops. Their own brands. It is they are not like shops. Generally, in shops you should be able to find out all. If it is Reliance Digital, it's offline store. You can find products from gadgets from all the companies, Sony, Apple, and all. Apart from such stores, there is also separate stores, brand showrooms, right? So the way they business, the way the business is changing, right? So if Sony If the Sony products can also be sold in Reliance Digital and other shops, why they have to open separate stores for Sony and Apple? Yes, that's the business model. It's all about reaching out to the consumers, more reach to the consumers, more qualified, exclusively for particular brand can qualified people exclusively for the brand can be, seen in that particular offline brand showrooms, right? So these sort of changes have become necessary to get more reach among the consumers, right? These are the modifications, adjusting the business models. Companies are already adjusting the business models. Scrolling up, scrolling down is taking time. Yeah, right. Companies are already adjusting their business models. Companies, we don't have companies, but who changing the face of the shop, adjusting, changing their business models, changing business models and internet side. If they don't have internet side, they are going to open internet side, not only offline but also online. Yeah. So this G7. Finally, you have two options, but one paragraph, that is B. And look at the sales figure. Can you see sales figures in paragraph B?
This.
Yes. All numbers, examples. Numbers means examples to support a
Sir.
point. Why you come up with statistics to support your point, right?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. The total value of e-commerce transactions. So please observe the meaning, e-commerce transaction. Sales means every transaction considered a sale. Figures means the value. Figure means a number, no? E-commerce transaction. Every e-commerce transaction is the sale. Figure is a total value. Figure means a value, a number. You are done. So ninth one is absolutely redundant. Encouraging online feedback from consumers. There is no paragraph. Encouraging, is consumers getting encouraged? Have got encouraged? Have been encouraged? No. It just gives a sense that the consumers are going to know the low quality products and low quality products providing, merchants by the feedback, through the feedback. It doesn't mean consumers are being encouraged to give their online feedback. There is no consumers getting encouraged kind of idea anywhere in the passage. Okay. And then once you are done, please observe the paraphrases. You should be note down them separately. I'm gonna show you the paraphrases separately for you. Oh, not here. Yeah, here we go. Right. Okay, this is absolutely same what we have seen. I need, I'm gonna share this with you. Don't worry. What? Where is the paraphrase? The snap showing paraphrases. Here we go. Oh, these are the paraphrases. Please observe. Novel approach to purchasing. It is from the questions. Right, buddy?
Yes, sir.
A new style of shopping is in the passage. These are paraphrases one to another, no, to each other, right? Sales figures in the question. You can see this phrase in the question. Value of e-commerce transaction in the passage. Right, buddy? Bigger picture of how internet use changes. That is equals to wider influence. So all the paraphrases have been listed down. This is how you should be able to. So once you attempt a reading test on ieltsonlinetest.com, you can check the answer explanations. You can even see the paraphrases. You must note down in a separate IELTS, scratch workbook or something. Okay. Apart from that, what's the additional thing you have to do? Making sure you understand exact meaning of each and every sentence of all the passages before you move on to next test. It takes time but works. Right? Yes. I have shared all the three, which clearly, which can make you to clear about this approach, the reading, how to handle each of the reading comprehensions, right? And in the same passage, you can see another question sifting through the sands of time, again based on the paraphrases. Try to follow the same method. This is also another easy passage. Okay, attempt this with the same method, detecting the paraphrases. Is it clear, buddies?
Yes.
Right? And there will be other handout that you have to. I have even shared salmon.
Sir.
They can also be done so easily with the same method. You should get used to, picking up the paraphrases, right? Original sentences from the passage which have been paraphrased to create the question. The paraphrased version can be seen in the questions, original text in the passage, so you should be able to pick them up. It requires some practice, right? Yeah, this one. Okay, effects on salmon biodiversity. IELTS test salmon. That's what I have shared with you. So these are not questions. You can just revise the basic vocabulary by this. Okay, this is not an IELTS question, but to just check your vocabulary yourselves. And next you can see another questions, but they are not. They are also not IELTS questions. Okay, IELTS question types, because they don't have any restrictions. No, where are the restrictions? 2 words or 3 words or something. Yeah, these are the questions. Real IELTS questions. So you have clear restrictions. So it is flowchart completion. On the same page, you can see another set of question, table completion. Okay. Attempt these two passages. By tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss. Clear? Please remember,
Okay.
detecting the paraphrases. You have to get habituated to, detecting the paraphrases. So original information from the
Yes.
passage, which have been actually paraphrased to create questions. So such things must be detected. Such thing must be found out by you, by the practice, right? So okay, you couldn't understand the passage, so you got only 5 or 5.5 in the first attempt of the test on IELTS online test.com. What's your work? What's your responsibility? As soon as you are done with the test, you have to note down the paraphrases, try to understand the answer explanations given on the same platform, and then back to the passages, read through line to line. Why you are unable to score better? What are the things you couldn't understand exact meaning of, when you attempt the passage for the first time? Understand them accurately now, as soon as you have gone through the explanations. It becomes easy, right? It becomes easy to understand exact meaning of each and every sentence once you have gone through the explanations, right? So whatever the ability, whatever the understanding ability you learned additionally is useful to get better scores in subsequent tests. Okay. Okay. So you have to share your um, email addresses so that I can give you access to this recorded video.